So Pokemon Go has had a lot of loading screens. Today we're gonna rank them all and find out which ones are the best of the best. Okay, so here we go. This is our tier list. I'll link below if you want to do this for yourself. You can tag me with your tier list on Twitter at Pokédaxy. We're gonna start and I wanna get a couple essential ones out of the way. First of all, this loading screen right here, easily S tier. The amount of times people were seeing the server crash loading screen at the start of Pokemon Go, that is easily the S tier. Also this one right here, I believe this was one of the first, I think this was actually the first Pokemon Go loading screen. Easily S tier as well. Now I guess I'll start doing it in order. We'll go with this one here. I believe this was a New Year's loading screen. This was actually probably New Year's 2016. I don't mind the design here. It's got all the baby Pokemon. I believe probably baby Pokemon are released. I think this goes, honestly, I'm going to give it C tier. I'm not super impressed, but it's a classic decent loading screen. You got the trainer. If you want to see any of these full size, by the way, I will link below a website so you can check out all these loading screens full size. Next up here, this was 2021, I believe. This was a backyard loading screen with Latios Latias. I'm going to put it C tier as well. Nothing really stands out for the loading screen. We do have the Whalmer in there, which is nice. And it's like the backyard. I guess this kind of like signifies people were playing at home. So there's a lot of homes in it, but I don't know. This one right here with the Gengar. This I believe was one of the earlier loading screens. I'm gonna put this in the A tier. I think the Gengar looks super sick in the trees. We got the trainer here as well. Honestly, I actually vibe with the loading screen. I'll be honest, I like the older loading screens than the newer ones. I think the older ones had more, I enjoyed the artwork a little bit better. This one right here, the Battlers. I'm gonna put this A tier. I don't think it deserves S tier, but it has the Electivire Lucario coming up with the uppercut. This was, again, the release of Pokemon PvP was when this loading screen kind of came into play. Not a bad loading screen. We're going to put it in the A tier. We have this one right here. It has the Ho-Oh Greninja. Oh, this was the season of Discovery when level 50 was released. I'm going to put this B tier. I think it's a nice loading screen. It's got a nice composition with, the focal point being the Ho-Oh. It follows a lot of the rules of composition. I think it's a nice loading screen. We have the Hoopa loading screen. This was during Go Fest of this year, right? Or last year Go Fest. There's two versions of this, one with the Hoopa, one without. I think A tier is a good position to put it. I think it's a decent loading screen. Okay, we have this loading screen with the Mega Abomasnow. It's really hard to put one in D tier because I kind of like all of these. We have the Mega Abomasnow rolling the snow down the hill with the, I'm gonna put a C tier. Nothing super impressive about it. This was like the winter of 2020, I believe, loading screen. Some of these I'm not 100% sure of when they were released because I didn't actually play the game, but yeah, I think that's good. This loading screen, this loading screen right here was when people thought Arceus was released, but this was, I believe, for the release of Gen 6 as well, because we had Xerneas in the background, a couple Gen 6 Mon, Aromatisse. Honestly, though, I'm just gonna put it in D tier because something needs to go in D tier. You're going in D tier. Halloween with the Mega Gengar. I think this is probably B tier. I think it's pretty nice. It's got the Ghastly Mega Gengar. I believe this was when Megas were released. I'm not 100% sure, but not a bad loading screen. I think we're gonna go into the B tier. This, I think, deserves S tier. This is, I believe, when raids were introduced. I'm not 100% sure, but it's got the T-Tar. This is a classic Pokemon Go image with the trainers, kind of just showing what a raid is. You got, yeah, I think this is definitely an S tier. The giant Steelix. You see, I think the one thing I like about the original loading screens is the simplicity. You have the giant Steelix busting out of the ground and you got the small trainer there. It shows perspective, kind of gives you the idea of PvP because it kind of looks like a PvP ground. Easily A tier. I like the simplicity of the older loading screens more. I like the new loading screens are cool. They're more complex, more things to look at and find, but I don't know. I'm vibing with the giant Steelix. This was Halloween of this year. Honestly, not the biggest fan. I think it's kind of cool how they have like the shadow and it shows like a spooky monster, but really it's just like a phantom and a Piplup and stuff. I'm gonna put this D tier. Garbage. No, I'm kidding. It's not bad, but I'm not the biggest fan of it, honestly. I don't think it's really anything special compared to the other loading screens. We have this one. This was the recently New Year's loading screen with the fireworks. Again, with the fireworks, I think we're just going to leave in the C tier. It's really pretty much the exact same thing as this loading screen, just different things looking at fireworks. There's a lot of these New Year's. This one, easily S tier right here. This is the Halloween of 2017, I believe, but it's got, look at the composition, man. You have the moon. This was in my top 3 loading screens video. Definitely easily S tier. This as well, I would put in the S tier. Let me move it up here. This is the Team Rocket loading screen with the Charizard. You have the leaders as well. You have the trainer looking up. I'll throw up a full-size picture of it on screen, but this is a super nice loading screen. Huge fan of this one. Got all the leaders as well. I like how the leaders slowly go up on the steps and at the top is Giovanni with the Shadow Charge. Oh, God tier loading screen right there. This loading screen, you got Gibble. Honestly, D tier. Bro, what is this? I guess it's kind of cool. You got like the water Pokemon, and this is Uxie and Azelf, right? Yeah, Mesprit, the Lake Trio. I don't know, bro. D tier, kind of trash. Smeargle loading screen with the Smeargle snapshot, taking the photo. I like the perspective, and then it's got, you know, the Smeargle that pops up in the picture. A tier. I think that's a strong A tier right there. This is, I believe, the first New Year's loading screen with the Pikachu. I'm gonna put this C tier. I think this is C tier. You've got the Pikachu holding the, or it's Christmas. Honestly, D tier actually. I'm not a huge fan of this. Kind of simple. Doesn't really signify Pokemon Go. It's just kind of like a, yeah, like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that. This right here, loading screen, with all the Pokemon looking off into the sunset. What is that Pokemon up there? It's a Scolipede and a Gibble. Everything's just looking off into the sunset. It's all right. I think this is average. I'm gonna put this into B tier. Snorlax going down the hill with all the stuff. This is just super cute. Honestly, I'm gonna give this A tier. Snorlax is kind of like a sled, sledding with all these stuff. This is really good. I like this kind of loading screen compared to the old, this winter loading screen in which it was like the Abomasnow pushing things down the hill, just because of the perspective. We have the perspective from the side, everything going down the hill. A lot more Pokemon in here, so it is gonna be more interesting to look at every time you're loading the game up. But this just has a more fun perspective. You know, they're going down the hill. You still have things to look at, the Pokemon in the back. It's more fun to look at. Look at Snorlax sledding with all and the side deck's so cute. Yeah. This is when some Alola Pokemon were introduced. You have the tree, the Alolan tree. I think C tier is pretty strong for this loading screen. This season's loading screen as well, the season of Alola. I think they can both go into C tier. Nothing super special about them, really. Again, you'll see the perspective of where you're getting the shot with the tree from behind, and you're seeing all this. Meanwhile, this is just kind of a picture of a bunch of Pokemon. It's like, the different artworks are clear. New Year's loading screen. I'm gonna put this into B tier. Now, this is gonna be one of the better New Year's loading screens, probably the best, one of the best there, because I like how they put the number in 2019, and then as well, the perspective, all the Pokemon are looking up at it. Obviously, they do have that with these two loading screens here, but I'm more of a fan of this one. I think it just has a better perspective. Professor Willow, A tier. Look at this man posted up, taking a look with the goggles in his hand, looking clean. That's an easy A tier. Christmas, dude, the hard part about this video is that they're actually all nice. Like, I can't be trashing on any of these loading screens because whoever does this artwork, like, absolutely amazing work. But if we are classifying them by the best of the best, I think the Christmas, honestly, again, just average. I'm gonna put in C tier. It's nothing super special. I think this as well. This is actually probably one of the better New Year's loading screens. 2018 in the back with the stairs popping up, a lot of excitement. I think this is a better New Year's loading screen. Out of all the New Year's loading screens, this is gonna be my favorite here, A tier. The Seismitoad in the tree, I think this goes, again, honestly, D tier. This is honestly not that special. You got the Seismitoad in the tree, you got the Scolipede. Not a huge fan. And then the winter of this year loading screen, I'm just gonna put you in D tier as well. I think that's gonna be it, guys. So that is pretty much my chart, guys. Again, feel free to tag me on Instagram with your tier list. I will share this tier list around. But yeah, I think these are some of my favorite loading screens. Obviously, you know, Pokemon Go servers are down, top class loading screen. But then, you know, I think maybe I'm just a fan of the dark stuff because there's a lot of dark stuff. But I'm more of a simple loading screen, man. I like simple loading screens. You'll see most of the top loading screens don't have too much going on, except maybe the Hoopa one. But all the ones that have too much going on, I'm not the biggest fan of because I like to have that one staple piece. Like, for example, the Gyarados here. Classic stuff there. So yeah, guys, that is my tier list for all the past Pokemon Go loading screens. If you guys want to see more tier lists or tier lists of anything else, comment below. Let me know what tier list I should do next in Pokemon Go. Have an amazing rest of your day, guys, and follow for more tips, everyone. Peace.